Timeouts. Giants have one. They want to milk the clock as much as they can. Now the ball at the 18, already in field goal range. And Manning will keep it on the ground. They'll give it to Bradshaw. And that's a big play on first down. It's going to set up a second and short. And they really put New England in a box right now where New England might want to use their timeouts on defense. But when you get down to a second down and 3, can you do it here?
And Al, this is one of those weird situations that if your running back breaks out, you may actually tell him fall down on the 1-yard line so you can run out the entirety of the clock, kick a field goal late. Tough decision, tough to say, but it is a strategy.
Another huge play here on second down and 3.
He's gonna go. He's gonna go. He's gonna go.
Manning letting the clock go all the way down. And that appeared to be tipped, but winds up in the arms of Nix, and Nix will get the first down. He's out of bounds. That stops the clock, right? And now New England will be compelled to use its timeouts, but it's already first down and goal.
But that is going to give the Patriots a chance here because it does preserve the timeout. I thought he was going to have the first down regardless. Should have fought for his life to stay in bounds on that one.
But the Giants are going to get to use, if nothing else, if they don't get into the end zone before the field goal attempt, almost 40 seconds, and that's because of the challenge that cost New England a timeout, and they're left with only 2. Ball is at the 7-yard line on first down. Here's Bradshaw. Stopped at the 6, and they have to take a timeout here. The Patriots do. They can take another one, and then remember, that's when you can run the clock down again before you run the field goal unit out there. And at the end of the day, you're left with maybe 20 or so seconds for Tom Brady. Manningham, boy, has he come through in the fourth quarter.
Whew. Was simply sensational. Had every element of a tough catch that you could possibly have. You've got Moore pounding on his shoulder, Chung coming over for a big hit. Got to get the 2 feet down, and you have to maintain control throughout the entirety of that catch. Absolutely brilliant. And Eli Manning, what else can you say about this guy? Every time he gets in one of these fourth quarter situations, he is incredible. Beginning of the season, was asked, do you think that you're in Tom Brady's class? He said yes, and didn't back off of that comment.
Yeah, it was sort of innocuous. He was just answering a question. He is the coolest guy in the room right now. Second and goal. And Bradshaw, and he wanted to stop. He wanted to stop, and he gets into the end zone. That's exactly what New England was doing. They were letting him go into the end zone. And Bradshaw had such a big hole, and he's trying to fall down at the 1-yard line, but at least he gets into the end zone. And at the end of this sequence, the Patriots are still going to need a touchdown and not a field goal.
And there was time to talk about it here, and I guarantee you, Bradshaw had been told to get down, and he just didn't do it. It is basically game over if you can convert an extra point at that moment, and now it is going the other way, and Tom Brady is going to get a chance. It's a big mistake, Al.
I don't think he expected to see the Red Sea part to that level. He saw the goal line. He tried to get down. He goes into the end zone for the touchdown that he doesn't want. It's a 4-point lead, and they're going to go for 2 points here. You might as well make it 6. And hope that even if New England scores, then you block the extra point. Anyway, crazier stuff has happened. So they go for 2. Up by 4. 57 seconds. Patriots have 1 timeout when they get the ball back. And they give the ball this time to DJ Ware. He doesn't get in. Not that important, all things considered. Back to the touchdown we go. The touchdown that you never want to score.
Yeah, and let's give the Patriots credit. I think they essentially just let this happen. It's good strategy on the part of Bill Belichick. He knows what's going on. You could tell almost by the way Brandon Spikes played it that he wasn't going to try and make the tackle. As a matter of fact, I think Spikes was coming back to knock him into the end zone.
And what Belichick's thought process there was, it was simple. if they get a field goal, I only need a field goal, but because of that timeout that he had to use on the challenge, he would have had 20 seconds that Brady get down the field. So he took the calculated risk of either having Brady left with 20 seconds to get him in field goal range, or Brady having almost a minute to get a touchdown.
And they preserve a timeout. They have one remaining, so there are a lot of things in play here for Tom Brady. Do remember, though, he banged up that shoulder, and we haven't seen him quite as hot here lately.
Robert and Jonathan Kraft, their team trying to win a 4th Super Bowl in the Brady-Belichick era.
Myra Kraft as well.
Tynes kicking off. And it'll be down by Edelman in the end zone. So Brady's got to lead him 80 yards in 57 seconds.
Go back to that Costas interview one more time. Brady said, if I had the choice, I'd rather be down with the ball. Here you go. One of the great players that has ever put on a helmet in the NFL has 57 seconds and 80 yards.
I think Bob said down by 3. Down by 4. A different story. Gronkowski is not in the game right now. You got Chad Ochocinco in the game. You go 4 wide on first down from the 20-yard line. The Giants with a 4-man line. And Brady stepping up, looking over the middle, and it's dropped by Branch. Branch for what would have been at least a 20-25-yard gain. It's incomplete. That took 5 ticks.
Jaquan Williams, the middle linebacker, is going to drop down, but watch these safeties. They're coming in. They're expecting something over the middle of the field, and Brady's still almost able to get it in there. Kenny Phillips got his hands just in position to force the bad throw.
Phillips just ticking it. 2nd and 10. Giants with 2 deep safeties, and the pass is dropped at the 29-yard line by Aaron Hernandez.
Back-to-back passes with a chance. Boy, that was dead on. You've got to convert this first down, and Hernandez, who's played so well, takes his eye off the ball. And now you have to start thinking of getting the first down first. There is no way to simulate the pressure of this situation.
3rd and 10. Brady, he's going to get sacked at the 13-yard line. That's Justin Tuck.
Have to take the timeout.
Have to take a timeout, and it's going to be
OCU Manura on the outside is going to force him up. Justin Tuck there to deliver. And the 2 old heads on the New York Giants front line combine for the play of the game so far defensively.
And it comes down to getting 16 yards now just to keep the game going. No timeouts. The New York Giants with 9 regular season wins. Last year they had 10, didn't get to the playoffs. The Patriots with 13 regular season wins. Bradshaw, who scores the touchdown. It's the game-winning touchdown. Then it'll be talked about forever. 4th and 16. Have to get to the 30. Brady slipping away. Throwing, and it's caught by Branch, and that keeps the game going.
Well, what a play by Tom Brady. Jason Pierre-Paul had him dead to rights, and he escapes that and finds a way to get the play on 4th down. Coming off the edge, Danny Woodhead can't help with a chip. And Tom Brady with a brilliant play. And they got out.